Welcome to episode 4 of Say It Louder. And the first thing we got to talk about is J. Cole. He just dropped some new music called Clouds. I can't lie, I'm absolutely loving it. There's not a lot of times that J. Cole, he really gets in his bag like he got into his bag on this song. And as a longtime fan, I've been listening to him since Friday Night Lights and the come up and the warm up. As a longtime fan, I like to see him kind of get into his bag and get into those pockets. I think the last time we really got to see him get into those pockets was on First Person Shooter. We know what happened after First Person Shooter. All the Kendrick beef and J. Cole, he dropped the song 7 Minute Drill. Then he pulled it back, said, hey, I don't want to be involved in any of this beef. It's been a while since we got this caliber of music from Cole. I'm talking about through all the features he does and everything that he drops. We know that every time he gets on the feature, he kills it. One of my favorite lines on this joint, he said, not a chain on my neck, but shine like baguettes. If you guys remember back when he dropped that song Chainin' Day, he was really trying to fit in with the rest of the rap world, right? You got people rocking chains and all this designer stuff. And as we know, Cole is not that dude. So we know Cole to be humble. All the money that we suspected he has, he doesn't go around wearing chains and a bunch of flashy rap nigga stuff. He's in his own lane. And it's good to see him get back into those pockets, especially after the beef. He dropped the song Grippy or something like that, and nobody was feeling it. I didn't even listen to it. I saw some of the lyrics on Twitter, and I was like, man, I do not even need to check this out. I knew right from the jump that wasn't really my bag. That wasn't really the Cole that I was trying to listen to. So to see him get back to this is rap. This is what I like to listen to. And I know there's a lot of backlash with people saying like, yo, how's Cole going to get in his bag and say he is the king of rap, right? We saw that he dropped 7 Minute Drill and he kind of backed out of the rap beef. He said he didn't want any smoke with Kendrick. He didn't want to be in between him and Drake's, whatever they got going on. But he went and wanted to explain that. He said, yo, I'm cool with both of these dudes. Because he said at the end of the day, the day's got to end. At some point, we're going to stop rapping. And these are the only contemporaries that I have that know what it's like to be on top of the game. They are considered the big three. Even if you don't consider them that anymore, at a time, they were considered the big three. And he wants to maintain that relationship. He doesn't want to throw it away because his feelings were hurt about something somebody said on a song. And since the beginning of his career, Cole has kind of backed out of beefs, right? He'll say something to somebody and he's like, man, let me check my ego. And he's mentioned on previous songs that sometimes his ego will make him do things like smacking Diddy. So to the people that say like, yo, you can't get in your bag and say you're the king of rap or a king of rap when you dropped out of the beef. Name one response to 7 Minute Drill that was actually a well-directed and superb shot at Cole. Because everybody that I heard from Simba to anybody else, even Joey Badass, what he just dropped a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't good enough to warrant saying that Cole is not at the top. He's not an elite rapper. Maybe he dropped out against Kendrick, and maybe he didn't want to have any problems with Drake as well. Due to that friendship, none of the guys that came back and said something to him had better bars or a better catalog than Cole. People can come back, they can say Cole's not at the top, it's Kendrick, Drake, and then Cole. Or you could leave him out of the top three in general. But I'm looking at Rap Genius right now, and there's 94,000 people that came to view the lyrics. So at least 94 people came just on this site to view them. And that's not even counting the people that actually streamed the song on Twitter or YouTube Music or Apple Music. So I don't think that Cole is any less of an elite rapper than he was before the beef. Yeah, it's not a good look, but the numbers show people are into him. And the rapping on this is at the highest levels. So if you listen to this, you tell me who's dropping right now that's rapping at this level. So if he's rapping at this level and his only contemporary as far as spitting bars at the level that he's at is Kendrick, then are we worried about the beef or are we worried about the actual artistry? Because this is the highest form of artistry at their level. Nobody's matching it. And if somebody is, you can let me know down in the comment section. While we're talking about music, we can't let this thing go by with Jacob Latimore. If you know Jacob Latimore, he started off in music. He started off with R&B. Then he kind of disappeared for a while. He went to do the show The Chi. He was acting. He plays Emmett on that show. But he came back with some tunes for an old flame of his. That old flame happens to be Joey Badass's fiance and the woman that's carrying his child. But He wanted it to be known that he misses her and he's sorry that he wasn't ready for her at the time that she was ready.
Though I wish you the best of love, not just saying to say it. We were so different, I wasn't ready to give you a baby. I'll admit the thought of you is here to stay. I'll admit you used to have me when you was wet as rain. Remember having my lips on you till I could taste your pain. Never had a pain back.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say this is a W in my book. Yeah, he's singing to a woman that is no longer his, but we said that we love the oldies but goodies when Anthony Hamilton was singing to Charlene and Donnell Jones was saying Where I Want to Be. He was standing outside the coffee shop after he left that lady and she was on a date with another man. But we said that that's the type of music that we love. The oldies but goodies for my generation. Music for real lovers. And that's what Jacob Latimore is bringing. It's 2025, so, we're a long way from that. We're kind of off of that. But this is the music for real lovers. And in my book, I like it. If it's raining and I'm missing my shorty, this is what I want to hear. I want to hear some heartbreak music. The only thing he missing is a boombox. He missing some rain and a boombox. Other than that, Jacob Latimore is spot on with this one. Sometimes when you're in a relationship, the person that you were with ain't the person that you meant to be with. So she moved on, right, to Joey Badass. They're engaged. They're having a kid like she want to have. And that's just the way life plays out sometimes, right? Like we had Cassie, not to bring her up, but, Diddy's in the news and it just made me think of her. But when she moved on from Diddy, the things that she wanted to do in that relationship, she did in her new relationship. Sometimes the person that you with ain't the person that you meant to be with. You just got to move on and find that person. And unfortunately, that's going to be heartbreak for somebody. But fortunately for us, we might get some music like this out of it. Some of that real lover heartbreak music. If Jacob Latimore releases a whole album like this, I know the girl is going to love it. And honestly, I'm going to love it too. I'm married, so I'm not looking forward to no heartbreak or nothing. But this is that music. When you're sitting in the rain, when it's raining outside, you're looking out the window. This is that type of music. I'd like to hear some more of this. This is that Dwayne Wayne running down the aisle to get Whitley in A Different World. This is that type of music. Like, go ahead, get your shorty back. Now, we're going to move on to something a little more serious. Repeatedly, Elon has become like he might as well just be my co-host as much as I talk about him on this channel. As much as I talk about this Trump administration, they might as well just come on and give me an interview or something. But now Elon Musk is asking federal workers to write down 5 bullets of things that they've done in the past week. He wants them to justify their job. I don't know if people on the right are just giving their blind loyalty to the Trump administration, but Elon is not an elected official. He's Trump's buddy that came in as an advisor, and it seems like he's more of the vice president than J.D. Vance is. Why is an unelected official, and even anybody in the president's seat, worried about people all the way at the bottom of the totem pole? Not in the bottom of the totem pole as in you don't matter. You have a supervisor. That supervisor is responsible for making sure that you are delivering on your job description. Why is the president's top advisor asking for direct emails to find out what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day? Now, we know that he's trying to make the government more efficient, and we can debate back and forth about whether he's doing that or not. I don't think he is, but you might. But he should have more important things to do than checking thousands of emails, making sure that people are doing the job that he thinks that they should be doing. That's a supervisor's job. That's a manager's job. There are people in departments that are hired to make sure that you're doing what you are hired to do. Elon is not that person. He's not even an elected official. He's just an advisor that has way too much power and seems to overstep every single day. So the Trump administration is saying that people are committing fraud. They said they found about $60 billion worth of fraud that's happening in the federal government. My question is, what is their definition of fraud? Because it seems like their definition is people that are just not agreeing with their agenda. The governor over in Maine, they said that they didn't like what she was doing. Somebody's going to look into her. DEI, they put a fraud stamp on it. USAID, they put a fraud stamp on it. What is going on here? I thought the ideals of America were that we live in a democracy. The people that we elect are the people that run the government. Who elected Elon Musk? I didn't. You didn't. Actually, I didn't even vote for a Republican president this time. But I did vote Republican for every other office. But nobody elected Elon Musk. But he seems to have more power than anybody else. It's President Trump, Elon Musk. They might as well have put him on a ticket. Because I haven't seen J.D. Vance's name or any of the initiatives that he's supposed to be spearheading. I haven't seen those in the news as much as I've seen Elon Musk. So they should have just put him on a ticket, let him be the vice president, and some of this stuff would make a little more sense. But none of it is making sense. He's having his way with every facet of government. We know that the guy that was just confirmed for the FBI, he said his people were not going to be responding to this email. And that makes sense. You have a chain of command for a reason. Regardless if Elon likes it or not, there is a way that things are run. And it's not directly reporting to the president when you're at the bottom of the totem pole in the government. That may be how Elon runs his business. But one thing we know about Elon is he can overpromise and underdeliver. We saw that with fully autonomous self-driving. We saw that with the Tesla Roadster. We saw that when the Cybertruck was supposed to come out. I don't know why we're trusting this guy who's repeatedly overpromised and underdelivered to do anything about making the government more efficient. That's not the history of a track record that he has. Does he run businesses well? Absolutely. Tesla is the highest valued business in America, or it used to be. I don't know if it still is. So he absolutely has business acumen. But there is a way that things are done in the government for a reason. Does that mean that everything is done efficiently? No, it doesn't. There's a lot of red tape in the government as well. We do need an efficiency board. But Elon is not an official. He's an advisor. So he needs to step back because he's just a private citizen like the rest of us. That's where we're going to end the episode for today. But if you have any thoughts on J. Cole dropping Clouds or his actions after the beef, if you think he's not in the top 3, let the world know. If you have any ideas on Jacob Latimore dropping this song, if you think it's an L, he's singing love songs in 2025, let the world know. And if you have any thoughts on Elon Musk continuing to overstep in his role as an advisor for the government, let the world know. This is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.